Alright, it's time to pull one out. The streak is over. It's ended by negligence. At least, I was sure that I actually did the reviews, but maybe there was an error with the Wi-Fi that's caused my streak to end. Actually, I'm not really that upset. And I can tell you exactly why I'm not upset, because I'm not really that invested in Anki, and I'm just doing it as a way to learn the rarer words now. And I was never really big on it in the first place. I'm pretty sure if anyone's watched my other Anki video, that you will find that I've not been that big on it for a while, and that I actually changed the way that I was using it for the last I don't know how long it's been, but maybe like a year or something, no, half a year, where I just completely give up on any like sentence cards and anything like that, and I was mostly just using picture cards. And I think I was doing the Hanja deck as well, but I finished that a few months ago. But other than that, if you have a look at here, the added cards, so for the last year, there's not really been that many added cards. Even the max is like, what, 14, 20 cards, and that was like last year. And 154 cards, I'm not sure why. Sorry if you heard my phone. Um, but yeah, over the last like 3 months, like 4 cards max, and then it's not even every day; it's just every other day. But that's just the way it goes, because I'm only entering cards now that I can get a picture for, and I can just it just makes it easier to rep them, makes me stick with using it, because if we see here the hourly breakdown, so all time it's around 9 or 10 I used to do, because when I was out of work, I would do it around 9 or 10, or sometimes when I was in work, I would do it on the bus around maybe like 7 or 8. But if you look at the last year, so this was that we were in lockdown here, and then back at work, you can see that it's started to come back up, because what I've been doing is doing them just while I'm eating breakfast, because it's the only time I really can be bothered to do. And because there's a lot less reviews, so now in the last 3 months, it's literally 6 and 7, and then that's almost it. Maybe there was once or twice where I would get to work and I would just go to the toilet and then finish them if I hadn't done them back here. And then I don't even know why there are some at night. I don't even, like, the last month it's gone up for some reason. I don't even know why that's doing that. That's so weird. Oh, I know why. Because when I get home from work, when I add a word, so if whenever I add a word to Anki, so I'll read at work, and then I'll read until I get home, and then sometimes I'm reading here and here, like if I haven't finished. So sometimes I'll get in at like almost 7 o'clock, and that's when I'll start doing it. And then if I add a word to Anki, it will then automatically just like start trying to rep it. So I'm just like, yeah, whatever. So I'll usually just rep the word, even though it's probably better to wait till the next day to like actually do the card. I just do it on the day. So that's why there's some here at night as well. I don't know why there are some at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I have no idea. No idea. Maybe it's something to do with the time of the phone, or the computer not updating or not syncing properly or something. I don't know. So what else is there? So what was I talking about with the hourly breakdown? So if we look at the amount of cards, so the time, if we look at the time, you can see this kind of, let me put it on 3 months. So the last 3 months, it's literally taken less than 10 minutes almost every single time. Like over the last like month or so, it's been like literally 5 minutes, like less than 5 minutes, just repping the remainders of the, like, whatever there is to rep on the Hanja deck, and whatever I've added to the pictures, which is like usually like one every so. How many cards have been added over the last month? So 12 cards have been added over the last month. So then that also comes back to the reviews, the reviews, which it just doesn't add up to a lot. But this is like the best way to get to it. Obviously, there'll be a point where I'll just be like, what's the point anymore? Like it's almost at that point. Like there's no point. I could just leave it and I would be fine. I read enough content to just get along. Like, it doesn't really matter. I don't need the picture cards. I don't need to rep Anki. I don't need to do any of that. But especially sometimes the handy ones are like really nice because what you'll find is it's things that you just haven't seen for so long that it's like it comes back and then it's like, oh yeah, that's good. And you forget things because such a long period of time passes between you seeing things. Like, even in your native language, like, there's probably words that you haven't seen for ages, but you just know them because you've seen them like maybe like 4 or 5 times before anyway. But you already know them like as is. So as I continue to go, I don't think 3 years is like enough. So 1,000. How many days was the streak was? Like 1,128, and it's still going. It's not a streak anymore, but it's still going. So what do we have? We have here. So I need to change it all. So we have 1,130 days, and then obviously 1,129 studied, which it doesn't matter. Eventually, it's just going to keep going because there's no reason for me to stop using it because it's such a small amount of time invested that it doesn't really matter. Like, it's not intrusive to my life. It's not even important. It could literally just, I could drop it and it would be fine. So what else did I want to talk about? Yeah. So that's it. It's not the end of the world. I'm not even mad. I'm not upset. I don't even know how I missed it. I literally must have just been trying to rush around. Maybe I woke up a tiny bit late. But usually when that happens, I would like check it throughout the day. Maybe I check it when I get home, or like when I load up the computer, I'll be like, oh, I've missed some shit, and then I would do it. But I guess on one of those days, because sometimes when I go through the words after I've been reading, which is like a really small amount nowadays as well, like maybe like 30, 40, 50 per book, yeah, if that. Um, Sometimes I don't even open Anki. Maybe I should like just start instinctively just opening Anki just to check. But it doesn't really matter. I mean, the streak is not everything. The streak does not um, it does not define how many words I know. It doesn't define anything. I mean, how many words do I even have in Anki? Like 8,000 or something. Where is it here? So I only have like 8,500 cards. Obviously, I've deleted cards over time and whatever. Like, I've just deleted decks or whatever that I've made that I was doing years and years ago, or like a year ago. So I've managed to get over 3 years of a streak without really trying. And that's just consistency. It's not difficult, and I think that a lot of people using Anki should probably make Anki easier for themselves because, as I was saying, as I was trying to say before, um, like, it doesn't negate the amount of hours I've read or put into the language, listened. It doesn't negate how many movies I've watched. It doesn't negate anything. It doesn't change. Nothing changes. All of that is still there, regardless of your Anki streak or your Duolingo streak or whatever streak. Yeah, I haven't missed a single day, even though I've missed Anki somehow by accident. I haven't actually missed a day of Korean. I still read for like 2 hours or whatever, and then I still came home and I'm probably playing Fire Emblem or something at the moment. And then, like, that's still happening. That's like 3 or 4 hours. Hopefully, I can reach that much nowadays. But it's still like 3 or 4 hours worth of doing stuff in Korean, and out of like the 2 minutes of Anki, like, is gone. It doesn't really matter. So I will just continue to do Anki as I have done, and just continue to get the words. And then if I feel like if I feel like I can get a good picture for the word, then maybe I will put that in. I mean, what was the latest? How do you even get to the? It would be here only in the pictures one. Browse. And then how do you find the thing? Why can't you get rid of this sidebar anymore? Like, you used to be able to get rid of it. And for some reason, I don't know. It's still trying to do the added. I don't want added. Okay, so we want this deck here. I've got to search for here. Here we go. But it doesn't want to do it. Okay. What? Okay, search. Yes. So the latest will be in the due date menu. Yep. So well, I think these are some of the latest ones anyway. So like this biplane, and then this one Yogang, which is like just strong countries or strong powers, like world powers. And then Sangbong, like things like this, like just random words, anything that you can get a picture for, it's just worth doing it because when you see that word again, you just got more of a chance of remembering that word. So I reset this one, kibu. I know it's kibo. Yeah. So I reset this one recently, and then the thing is, when they're already in there as well, I can just reset. If I come across a word again, I can just reset it, which just makes my life easy. So I've already got the words in there, and then obviously some get so old that you just forget them, or you just don't come across them for so long that it doesn't. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. And the thing is, yeah, I don't even know why I've got a space there, but at the end of the day, this is not all the words I know, and there are plenty of words you learn outside of the of Anki, and there are plenty of words you have in Anki that you just still don't know. Another thing is, after what I usually do is, so if I click the interval, once it hits over a 9-month interval, I usually just not delete, sorry. I think I've done it to 10 months. I usually just suspend the card because it's such a high interval. There used to be the Migaku one before it was Migaku MIA. I can't remember what it's called, but it used to just automatically suspend the cards. I think it was the vacation one or something, but it used to automatically suspend the cards for you after a certain time, like after a certain interval, because once they get to a certain point, if you're not going to see a word for a year, it's just like, what does it even matter? Like, you're probably going to see that word more through immersion and watching and reading content than you are through Anki anyway, so you might as well just suspend it, and then if you come across the word and you don't remember it, you just search it up. You'll probably remember that you have it in Anki, and if not, you can always think, if you search Google and then you're like, oh wait, I've seen images like this before, and then you'll probably realize that you've got it in Anki, and you can just use the search function at the top to find the word. So it's really easy. I think there's not really much else to say. So I've lost my streak, but it's not the end of the world, and no one should feel bad if you miss a day. I wouldn't even worry about like trying to reset it. I know there are some tricks. Somebody told me that there is a trick to change your clock's time and change it, and then go back and like do one review and it'll come up. But it doesn't matter. It's not important. If we look 2020, 2019, 2018, it doesn't matter. None of it's important. All that matters is that you're showing up. So that's about it, really. I just wanted to share this momentous moment with everyone. The absolute ridiculousness of the task and what's occurred, and sort of as a motivational video, just to keep people, maybe people who have lost their streak, just to keep going. It doesn't really matter. Nothing matters as long as you show up. Thank you.